Hi, it's absolutely my pleasure to do a mini workshop on health and well-being. I think it's the most important moment of our lives to find our health and well-being. There is nobody in this world at all who can actually give you health and well-being. The only person who can do that is the person that, if you just quickly grab a mirror and look into that mirror, that is the only person in the world that can give you health and well-being. That's it. It's that simple. So if you're looking outside for somebody to give you a magic pill, it will never happen. If anybody proclaims to give you a magic pill or a lotion and potion within a matter of weeks or days to reduce weight or blah blah blah, you'll be deeply, deeply disappointed and probably at a loss of financial gain as well. So your money will disappear as well because that product will be a lot of money. It's just basically selling you a quick fix. We call it takeaway in the spiritual world. We call it takeaway spirituality. So basically, everybody's looking for a quick fix. Give me health instantly. And unfortunately, you've been trained that way by what's called a mainstream. But alternative, which is real healing, organic, natural, we understand that if you want to plant a seed, there's a process of that seed being planted. And the first thing that you need to do is have a fertile plain, a fertile field, a pot with good nutrients, good soil. So it's like a firm base. It's like a mother's womb. It has to be protected and loved, and the environment in there has to be pure and natural, or else things are going to go wrong. So that's the first thing. And with a seed, you've got to treat it gently. You've got to look after it. And I'm talking about you being the seed. So when a farmer plants a seed, he realizes he has to plant it at a certain time. He has to look after it. He's got to water it. He's got to tend to it. He's got to pull all the weeds out and just make sure its environment is happy. And take very good care of it all the time. And it's interesting because when we look at health in the way that you look at health, when you listen to a doctor and he says, right, okay, here, take this and swallow this and come back to me if there's any problems. That's called a patient exchange. So, you know, patient means that you've got to be patient, basically. And a practice means that he's practicing on you all the time in that sense. So it's a practice. He's just practicing. There you go, try that. Did it work? No, it didn't. Well, this one, try this one. Hang on a minute. All right, the book says you try this one. So basically, that isn't real health or healing. That's a suppression from the root cause of what your issue is. Now, what is health? That's a really interesting subject, and there's a lot of people fighting about acid, alkaline. Oh, it's all bullshit, Mark. Acid, alkaline. It's rubbish. It's a fallacy. So, well, okay, let's forget all of that and let's go right down to the simplistics of health. What I've learned over these years is that the body that we live in, because we are the spirit, not the body we live in is a very unique and very interesting, how do you put it into words, vessel, I guess. But let's just say it's a seed. And that seed, if you want that seed to grow and you want it to flourish, and all of a sudden you want this flower to look gorgeous in the colours, then you have to go through what's called a natural process. Okay, so it's water, sunlight, and the right environment, not too much sun and not too much water. So it's got to be right. Okay, so there's a process to it. Mother Earth, if you leave Mother Earth alone, she normally looks after herself. So the seed will grow if it's meant to grow. If it's not, and then it won't. So depending on its environment and where, you know, birds might swallow a seed and then drop it somewhere else. It may grow somewhere, it may not, but it depends on its environment. So that's really important, environment. Now, if you consider yourself a seed and you're dropped somewhere else, how are you going to grow? Is your environment the right environment for you? So that means that how do you feel around people? Do you like the energy of people? If the energy of people are nice and they're caring and loving and you're not filled with fear, then you'll grow to be beautiful. So your environment is important. But always bear in mind that the most important thing is to make the seed sprout. So if you want to sprout, then those procedures of water, sunlight, and all the environment has to fit together. And I'm getting somewhere with this, so bear with me. If you now understand that and how important it is for that initial sprouting, and then for the flower to have taken seed and grown out now, and now the real truth comes out and the real beauty comes out. Well, it was in the not just the planting, but within that process of the seed sprouting, right? So in between that time, you had to hit it just right. So you had to water it right, you had to love it, had to have the right environment, and now it's ready to grow and be its best. So spiritually speaking, the vessel that you're in, if you're in that environment, then you're going to spiritually sprout and be beautiful. So this is health and well-being. So let's get to the nooks and crannies and crannies, or whatever you want to call it, of health. So let's not talk about pathogens. Let's not talk about disease. Let's talk about you being a beautiful vessel that needs to be treated like a seed. So the first thing you need to know is this. Everything that you've been taught about disease and health and well-being is 110% a lie. That's the first thing you need to come to terms with. That's the hardest thing, and most people will be gone now, so see you later. You don't want to listen to real truth, no problem. But the ones who really say, okay, well, I'm interested. I want to know what you're talking about. I'm interested because I don't believe you. I don't believe that the world could teach me not to be healthy. They did, and for a reason. But let's go back to the health thing. So you're the seed now, okay? And you've come into this world. As you come into this world, there's only a few things that you need to know, and they're very simplistic. Everybody else, the doctors, the scientists, will confuse you with everything, but it's not confusing at all. That's done deliberately. It's very simple. You were born as a seed is born and sprouts because of its environment and because of what you fed it. So a mother sprouts a beautiful baby, and now whatever is in that earth is for that baby. So food is raw vegetables, which you've never been taught about, and oh my God, you need to cook them. Not true. Health is all about what you put onto your skin and put into your mouth. So your nutrients, your vitamins, everything that you need is on planet Earth. Everything that you need. And all that you need, and the only thing that you need to live in a healthy body for the rest of your life, of course you might have an accident, car accident, that's different, but I'm talking about on a disease level. Then if you were a baby and I picked you up and said, okay, now I'm going to look after this baby, how am I going to look after this seed? Well, what I'm going to do is water it. Now, what kind of water am I going to give it? If I give it water which is filled with poisons, then that poison is going to slowly cause a disease in my baby. So the first thing you need to do is find out what water are you drinking. If it's fluoridated, that chemical, which is not natural, is put into the water, and that is toxic. It is a poison. 100% poison, 100%. And they call it a soft kill or a slow kill. So basically what it means is in time, this baby is going to have problems with many different kinds of brain issues, body issues, functions in arms and movements, because you're feeding them something that the body in this seed-like world, you're a seed, well, he doesn't understand that. And now the body doesn't understand it and is struggling to get rid of the poison that was put into the water. Now, this is factual evidence now proven. So I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm just going to give you an idea. So we'll keep going down this path of one path being toxic and one path being healthy. So now we know that it's important to feed your baby with natural water, which normally comes from springs or distilled water. When we feed our baby this water, then the mechanics of this vessel is functioning just like engine oil to an engine. It doesn't work without the engine oil. Without water, the seed doesn't grow. Without water, the baby doesn't function. And the lack of water within the seed causes, let's say, a tree. If you don't give it enough water, then when it does give you fruit, the fruit is dry, doesn't taste nice, because it didn't have the balance, because it needed more water, right? Same with the baby. If you don't feed the baby enough water, as that baby grows, it's going to be deficient in certain things, and part of the body doesn't work because you've not given it water. Therefore, it's struggling to work all parts. So some parts stop working because it needed water to work. You understand this? So the vital parts that keep the baby going, all that water will be absorbed to that certain place, but the rest of the place also needed water, but it's dried up. So the mind dries up. And if you don't give water, enough water to the baby's mind doesn't expand and contract, and then it starts to shrivel up, and then certain parts of the mind doesn't work anymore, and thus you get disease. Okay? So how vital is water? 100%. We don't drink enough. Right. So if we take the idea of now a young child growing up and, mummy, I want some Coca-Cola. Okay, Coca-Cola has already toxins in which are poisons, absolute poisons. And we can come to the discussion of why they put them in, but forget that. Let's just see factual evidence, not just poisons in Coca-Cola, but also horse piss as well. If you don't believe me, study it and search it. It's got horse pee in there as well, okay? But forget that as well, and let's just look at something like, let's look at Diet Coke, because everybody says diet, great idea, wonderful. Okay, so we look at what's in Coca-Cola, amongst other things. Aspartame, okay? That is something that I know a very, very good doctor over here who was quite famous, talked about this stuff and wrote a paper on this, and it shocked me. I was absolutely shocked to the core. How can they possibly do that? And then I realized they're doing it for everything. They're poisoning your food in everything, okay? He showed brain scans of children who had been drinking this so-called healthier option because there was less sugar, and they found over time that they had illnesses all over the body, including the brain. Cancers, new cancers coming all the time, all over the body, new illnesses all over the body, deficiencies more and more. Why? Because kids, instead of drinking water, they were now thinking, the mums were thinking, well, actually, it's okay if we give them pop. It's a bit like water, so they're going to be okay. Which in actual fact brought another 10 or 15 or 20% more cancers into the world. That's why you're seeing more cancers, more illness every single day, right? Not because it just comes from nowhere. It comes from what goes into the mouth. It comes to what goes into your skin. So that leads me on to the next thing. When you are in the sun, you've been told that, it's dangerous, so you need to put lotion on you, all these lotions. And again, if you study and understand this, your body doesn't understand lotions. Oh yeah, but I'll get sunburned. Well, don't go out in the sun too much then. Yeah, but I'm only here for 2 weeks. Not my fault. Not the sun's fault. Don't do it little by little and strengthen the body skin. You don't need that. Coconut, natural raw coconut rubbed on the body. Eating things like watermelon. It strengthens your skin and your resilience to the sun. But you shouldn't be out in the sun all the time or else you burn. Hey, and hang on a minute. If I'm not burning, then something's happening. Whatever's on my skin that I've rubbed on as a lotion, this is kind of serious because this is blocking me from something that I shouldn't be in all day long. So that's weird. Right. So let's go back to health. Okay. What is health? Health is when you eat everything that Mother Earth gives you and drink everything that Mother Earth gives you, like coconut water. Water that runs, like I said, from springs. So all the foods that are non-GMO, that are non-poisoned, that have not been tampered by science, and for all your fruit and vegetables now not to be touched by little creatures that actually, they're like us, they're part of this cycle. So if they're not going to eat that fruit and vegetable, I ain't going to eat that fruit and vegetable because it's not even a fruit and vegetable, because the little creature knows that and smells it and said, this is dangerous and toxic. Absolutely, you're right. So you don't eat that. So you need to eat healthy food. If you cook your food, your fruit and vegetables, or vegetables mainly, if you overcook them, you're not eating food anymore. You're eating nothing. So your body doesn't get what it needs. So let's just talk about that. Your body inside has 1 million workmen and women. They're very strong and they're very intuitive. And they go around the body all day long and they look and find anything that shouldn't be in the body. Okay, that's what they do. Okay, and they work very well. They work alongside your liver, your kidneys, all your body system. Imagine that all your body system, like your liver, is like 1,000 workmen there. Your kidneys, 1,000 workmen there. Your tonsils and adenoids, which you get taken out, which shouldn't, but they do because they say we do. But actually, they've realized now that you shouldn't mess about with anything in your body and leave it there. And the reason why you have all of these things that happen to you is for other reasons that they don't tell you. Okay, so we're now realizing that your body system is like little tiny workmen who work all day long. And the body system, the body, the temple is nothing more or less than a garbage disposal. That's all it is. The body basically digests, and the body, when healthy, keeps the spirit strong, keeps the spirit alive, and the spirit heals the body. So it's a beautiful combination. If you're out of sync, then your spirit's out of sync, your intuition's out of sync, you don't feel good, you're not balanced. So it's vital that this temple is treated like a body temple and looked after. So the body, with its thousands of workers in each part of your heart, your brain, your throat, there's millions of these workers in there. This is how simple it is. And when you feed it a lemon, if you give it a lemon and that lemon goes down, it goes to all over the body and your body gets electrified, and your liver and your kidneys are saying, wow, this is what we need. This is what Mother Earth gave you to take. And now it's fixing and repairing and strengthening. So food in your body, I mean real food, fruit and vegetables, herbs, nuts, seeds, grains, all the natural things in the world are actually there to keep your body parts strong. So you eat that food and then the workmen come along and then they grab what they need from the lemon to be strong. Okay? So that's how it should work. It's that simple. If you did that, and your environment was healthy, and you weren't being beaten, you weren't being abused, if you weren't in an awful toxic world, and the people around you weren't toxic, then in truth you live a healthy and wonderful and happy life. Okay, free from anything else. That's all you need: fruit and vegetables, herbs, nuts, seeds, grains, rice, all the natural things that you would eat, all of those things. And predominantly fruit and vegetables are really powerful for the body. Okay, so now you know that. What is disease then? Well, disease isn't something that is outside there and causing you an issue. Disease happens because your body is, let's say, it didn't receive what it needed. It didn't have the apple that it needed that day. It didn't have the broccoli. It didn't have the broccoli for the brain. It didn't have the mushrooms for the workmen in the lungs. The asparagus for the man, for the genitalia, he needed that to keep that clean and healthy. The carrot, what was needed for the workmen in the eyes to keep the eyes nice and cleansed. You understand what I'm saying? Nuts, brilliant for the brain to keep the brain functioning and healing and strong. And coconut for the brain as well, keeping it cleansed and cleared. And we could go on and on and on with celery and with all the other things. Celery, brilliant. It looks like a bone. If you snap it, it sounds like a bone. If you drink celery, it's great for the bones. It feeds the bones, okay? Forget dairy. Throw that out of the window. It's not for you, it's for baby cows to get bigger. Not for you to get bigger. It makes you ill, and it's not good. And your body says, this isn't for me, it's not what I want. The milk that you needed was for obviously, your mother. That was the milk that you needed. I mean, if you're going to go for any kind of milk, I would suggest goat's milk. It's kind of more your size, right? Anyway, getting back to where we are. So, now you know what health is, right? And how to stay healthy. What is it that makes you ill? Anything that has been touched and manipulated and changed, and any kind of chemical, any kind of poison that is put into something that you either digest or you rub on your skin. Now, take for instance, let's just say, for instance, let's say underarm deodorant. Okay. The universe, Mother Earth, didn't make an underarm deodorant. And the reason why some people smell under the arms isn't what they think. And it's normally a lot to do with what they're digesting, which is poison. So forget that, that's not important. Let's get back to where we are. So we get an underarm deodorant, okay, and you rub it or spray it on. Now you're spraying toxic chemicals onto you. All of a sudden your body goes into alert. It's breaking news in the body. Everybody tells everybody in the body there is a foreign entity that has come into the body, and they're all now panicking because they don't know what this is. They're struggling to understand what this is because it's not what you were born with. It wasn't what you were given by Mother Earth, but now it's a poison. So what happens is that poison goes into the skin. It absorbs into the skin. So your body now goes into stress mode, and it's trying to clean that toxic out of your body. It comes through the pores and it goes into the blood and through the bloodstream, and now it's toxifying your body. So your body is turning into, from alkaline, let's say, to from an alkaline body to an acid body. But forget that. Just imagine the rivers are now contaminated in your body. Your beautiful flow of blood and water, all what's going on is now, all the workmen are looking at these rivers through your veins and saying, what is this shit they've just put in there? They don't understand it. And for them, they don't know what to do with it because they've never seen this before. They know what to do with an apple, and they know how to get the apple and then get rid of the rest down your tube out of your bum, no problem. But what is this? We don't know what to do with it. So They're trying to understand it and trying to get rid of it, but this is a chemical. They don't know what to do with it. Thus, those chemicals start to stick into the body, and thus is the beginning of your disease and illness. So if somebody gives you something that is being made in a petri dish, okay, if somebody gives you and says, oh, this has got colorings and flavorings, and it's not sugar, but it's good for you because, fruit sugars are bad. Shut up. You know nothing. What's bad for you is what they're trying to sell you, what they're trying to make in a big corporation who employ people to make all of these toxic things that you can't call food. And when you realize that when you walk through, the first day this happens, it's soul destroying. It's soul destroying. But when you walk through a supermarket door and you look around and you see crisps and you see tins of baked beans and you see packets of amazing looking pictures with pasta, bolognese, this vegan meal, that vegan meal, and you realize none of that's food. None of it is food. There is nothing on the shelves which is food. Which means that if you eat this, your body gets nothing from it and it's going, what is this? So now your body is receiving this non-food, which wasn't given from Mother Earth, that's now mixed with tons of chemicals and maybe looks like pasta, but actually it's got more chemicals in there that is going to cause your body stress. Thus you are going out of balance. Thus you become ill, depressed, sick, disease because of all of the non-foods. Because they're not foods. And Mother Earth didn't want you to eat that because she gave you everything you need. So you realize that illness doesn't just appear from anywhere. Illness is created by your body not being able to function because it doesn't know what a packet of crisps are, what has vitamin B, C, D, E, but eat these crisps, it's cooked potato. That's not food. Chips is not food. Oh yeah, it is. It's a potato. No, it's not. You've cooked it too much. It's dead. It's acid. It's gonna kill you. It's not gonna do you good. Oh, shut up! I've eaten chips all my life. Okay, I'm just telling you. To the body doesn't them little workmen they don't understand that kind of cooked food. When you fry it to death, it's not good for you, and it can cause cancers, it can cause disease, it can cause all sorts of problems in your body. If you start to have problems in your body, you can sure as damn it 100% know that your mind is going to start doing somersaults and start going crazy. Why? Because your mind doesn't understand what the body doesn't understand. So you're trying to understand what's wrong with your body. Your mind's trying to make sense of everything, what's happening inside. It's trying to understand what's going on. It doesn't. So then you go into a stress. You go into a depression. You go into a sadness. You go into fear. What ifs, right? So the health and well-being has to work hand in hand. So basically, to understand illness is really simple. Whatever you rub or spray on yourself to smell nice, whatever you rub on your body to think that this is good for you, it's lotion. If it's man-made in a way that's come out of science, a laboratory, and it has things that you don't, if it's got a long name, if you don't know what that long name is, don't go near it. If it's got E numbers on, stay away. If it says artificial colours, stay away. Stay away. But if it's natural, if it's taken from Mother Earth and it's mixed together in a lotion and it's natural and there's free from any toxins within it, then that's okay, because the body says, oh yeah, hang on a minute, it's just putting coconut oil on the skin. This is coconut oil. It understands coconut oil and it digests coconut oil, and then it grabs, the workmen grab what they need and use it to help and heal with many disease, arthritis, helps with lack of concentration. If you've got a disease in the brain, which there's so many diseases in the brain, but you know, if you also take a teaspoon of coconut oil, it's a fantastic dementia, all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, basically what I'm saying is this: everything natural is what your body says thank you for. Anything that's in a packet, in plastic, right, is not natural, is made by companies that are making millions, if not trillions on you. Stay away from them. Stay away, because you are feeding illness to the body. Your body's going to collapse because the body says, what's this? We don't know what it is. We don't know what to do with it, how to get rid of it. And it stays in the body and then starts to cause illness. Do you understand that? This is how simple it is. So if you want to be free from feeling sick, ill, depressed, then eat what Mother Earth asked you to eat. And eat it in the way she asked you to eat it. Overcooking is the worst thing you can do because you cook everything out of it. So it goes into the belly and all the workmen are saying, well, what is this? Now eat a carrot, eat a piece of broccoli. Right, just get a broccoli stem and eat it. It's amazing. But you've been told not to. Cook the hell out of it. It's useless. Useless. So this is a good start for you now. This is a great start. What I've shared with you today is food for thought. And this is a great moment for you to start asking yourself, is this guy full of shit? Is he is he a nutter? Or is there something in what he's saying that resonates, that feels right? Actually, he might have a point about that. And if I'm wrong, then prove me wrong. And I say to you this: if you spend 3 months, oh no, I can't do that. I can spend a few minutes. No, mate. Then forget it. Get yourself off. Go and kill yourself early. No problem. But if you guys are serious and you want to challenge me, I'll challenge you. For the next 3 months, find a water source free from toxins, and that water source is natural, spring water. Go and fill bottles up and bring them home, and don't drink anything other than that spring water, which is natural and pure. All the other water that you use, okay, for your washing up is the poisoned water that comes out of your tap. That's the only thing it's good for, is washing your cups, and that's it. That's all it's good for. So now you've got your water ready for 3 months, like I do. I've got water in there all piled up. I'll show you if you want, but it's all in there, loads of it. And I get it from the Alpujarras and I drive 4 hours for it. Why? Because I don't want to poison my body. Not with plastic. Oh, I'll drink plastic bottled water. Look, it's got a mountain on. No, don't. It's poison. Because there's particles, plastic particles in there that'll go into your body and your body doesn't know what to do with it. Thus you get sick and ill. Oh, he's talking rubbish. I've been drinking. This is the cliche to all of this. Well, I've been drinking and it's been fine until you're not fine. And then I say, but now look, you're on the bed and you're ill. And but it was okay before, but it isn't now. I'm trying to help you now, before you get sick. Do you understand that? And that's what I did as a healer. I helped a lot of people. When people used to say, I'm fine, I'm saying, but you're not fine. I can see you're not fine. I can feel in the next 3 months, if you don't change your diet, this is going to happen to you. And do you know how many people came back to me and said, why didn't I listen? Absolutely hundreds. I swear, hundreds. Why didn't I listen? So I'm just helping you now. I'm telling you, by doing this, and there's a reason why you're watching this, because maybe you might be getting ready for your body that can't cope anymore with whatever you've been putting in your body, to the point where now illness comes and it's too late. And then you rush to somebody that gives you something that doesn't fix that, but suppresses it and then makes it 50 times worse, because now you've got more illness and disease because you've just taken something that's created another 30 or 40 side effects, aka causes. Now you're filled with illness everywhere. So again, I'm only trying to help you in a way that you feel healthy and feel amazing. That's it, really. So that is my understanding of illness, health, and well-being. Your body is an amazing vehicle to clear out the rubbish if it knows what you're eating. And it only knows what you're eating, what Mother Earth put onto the ground as a natural form, free from pesticides and free from the manufacture of Monsanto that created seeds that not even the little bugs will go anywhere near. That should frighten the life out of you. So when you go into a supermarket and all you see is these shiny apples, beautiful big bananas, never seen such big grapes in my life, they are Frankenstein food. It's not real food. It's Frankenstein food. And it's only for Frankenstein, not for you. You want natural, you want organic. So that's what you need to be looking for. So you now need to change your life, your understanding, and now you need to stay away from all the supermarkets. You need to go and find organic sources, local farmers. Ask them, are you pesticiding or is anything natural? Type on your search engine natural organic farms, permaculture, all of that kind of true food, real food, okay? It's called medicine. When you put medicine in your body all day long, your body gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Thus you live longer, you feel happier, and you have a great life, and the spiritual connection is even more greater than ever before. And the balance is amazing. But like I said at the beginning of this, it comes back to you again. So the question is, do you believe in your heart on a measuring stick that you are worth 4 hours travel, buying a whole load of glass bottles, filling the water up, which is natural spring water, and bring it back here? Yes, I am worth that. Is my body worth that? Yes, it is worth that, more than anything. Okay. Natural food. I can't be bothered, so I'm just going to go to the local supermarket. Okay, so you're not bothered about your body. I am going to travel wherever it takes me to spot natural, healthy, organic, free from pesticides, free from Monsanto seeds. So I'm looking for organic farms. I'm looking for places where it says organic and it's natural, free from pesticides. I'm going to travel and look for them and find them and then buy that food. Is it more expensive than supermarket food? Yes, it is. A lot more expensive. Am I worth it? Should I work harder for that food? And should I sacrifice my next fancy bag or shoes or mobile phone? Well, your mobile phone won't cure you from cancer, okay? Your handbag won't make you feel happy. It'll just make you feel a bit better for a few minutes, and then you're on your drug again to have another happiness fix. Will my natural fruit and vegetables and nuts and seeds, which are organic, will they make me happy and healthy? Yes, they will, for a long time. Will I be free from suffering and pain in my body physically? Yes, you will, because you're eating health. You're eating true medication to your body. Okay, so that should be number one priority. Water and my fruit and vegetables, without a doubt. Everything else comes next. Okay? So when you get that and start to walk that path, and you scratch your head and you're seeing everybody sick and getting cancer around you, and you're thinking, why don't they see that they're all getting sick and they're all getting cancer and all diseases? Because there's only one real thing, which is disease. It's what goes into your mouth and what doesn't go into your mouth. So a wise man said to me not so long ago, if you walk into a zoo and the zookeeper says half of the animals are sick, what do you say? You say, well, what are you feeding them? It's so obvious. I come into this world and see this madhouse and everybody's being sick. The question is, what are you feeding everybody? Excuse me, system, what are you feeding everybody? Oh, that's right. Non-foods, Coca-Colas, garbage, which isn't food, all fruit and vegetables which have been tampered with, which are not fruit and vegetables anymore, they're a joke. There's nothing in there that really does its work. It's no longer the medicine that this universe, that Mother Earth gave us. So everything points to what we're eating, and also what we're putting on our skin, what's falling on us. So there's so many ways that we are being attacked in a way that's trying to make us ill and sick. So today, health and well-being, take a leaf, especially a green leaf, and one which is free from pesticides, a nice green leaf tea, and take that and ponder on it. Then do some research to see if this guy with the crazy tops, is there any truth in what he's saying? Now, I'm not here to tell you whether it's alkaline or acid. I'm not bothered about that. I'm just telling you what real health and sickness is. And it is as simple as what you put inside your body or on your skin, or what you don't put in your body and on your skin, that makes you ill or healthy. And that is my mini workshop today. I hope it serves you well. If I get knocked off YouTube for this, you know what, I don't care. At least the last moment was I shared my truth. And that's what I believe real health is, what I've just shared with you today. Take what you want from it, utilize it, little or big, it's up to you. So you can make a massive shift in your life today, or you can say, I can slowly implement certain things into my life, which means that the more healthy things that you eat, which is Mother Earth's fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds, the less crap I will put into my body, right? The less toxins and poisons I put onto my body or in my body. If you're gonna start to brush your teeth, brush it with free from fluoride, which is basically a poison to your children. So get a new toothpaste which is healthy, okay? So I have a healthy toothpaste which is aloe vera toothpaste. It's amazing. But there's bicarbonate of soda, you can make your own, and so on. So that could be a first change, especially for your children. It'll be amazing. And then you can say, okay, let's start to have one day or okay, here's my plate of crap, which is non-foods. Let me get some organic celery, or some, I don't know, a tomato or organic whatever, and put it on your plate. Add it to the non-foods that's poisoning you, and eat that, and you'll see a benefit straight away, because your body says, thanks a lot, I needed that carrot, or thanks a lot, I needed them mushrooms, or thanks a lot, them peas were amazing, they worked amazing, thanks for the runner beans, thanks for the courgette, thanks for the red pepper, thanks for the yellow pepper. All of these things have their place in your body. And then at the end of that meal, instead of eating tons of sugar, which is that what feeds and kills you in the end, because that's pure white poison. If you take that stuff, which is not sugar, it's refined, it's not sugar, it's poison. If you take that, it feeds all the illness even more. It creates more illness. It kills the workforce in your body. So by adding more and more healthy things into your life and cutting more and more poisons out of your life, you're going to live longer. You're going to live 20 years, 30 years longer. And you're going to live in happiness and joy rather than in sadness and illness and sickness. It's a win-win. You got to do it. I mean, what else is it to do? I hope this serves you well. Have a beautiful day from my heart to yours. And thank you for listening. Good luck. Good luck on your journey.